Hey guys, what's up? Hope you all doing good. So a couple of months ago, I made this fucking door skin with emission map, and I did say that I was gonna make a tutorial. That was a fat minute ago. But anyways, I was kind of busy, and today I was kind of free, so I just thought I might make a full breakdown on how I did it and drop that sauce. So just to explain this method in simple terms, we just basically have our base color map and our emission map, and what we do is just basically combine them on top of each other. And we do some shit with Photoshop, edit it, do some manual painting and whatnot, and just like that, we got our um, so-called emission map inside Roblox. What we do after that is that we get our normal map and roughness, and we just manipulate them, edit them a bit to have this illusion that this model is reflecting light or emitting light. And that's another point I want to talk about, which is this method does not make your model actually emit light, but rather reflect it in high intensity, which means you would need to have any source of light in your scene in order for this method to work. And you might have a question, well, if I'm in a scene where it's dark or it's night or it's just pitch black, how can I make this method work? How can I make my model glow? And I do have a quick fix for that, and I will show it at the end of the video. So now I'm inside Substance Painter. I got my model right here. This the same one that I posted on that tweet. And want to point out something here. For the roughness of the model, you need to try to make the glowing part as glossy as possible. Metallic doesn't matter, okay? Metallic will just make it darker inside of Roblox. So just try to make it glossy as possible, and relatively try to make the entire model as rough as possible without making it look so bad. So if you just took a look, the overall model, which is just this tone, is very rough, it's white, and the glowing parts are no darker, it's black, so it's really reflecting light in high intensity. So that's what it. This is the base color right here, and this is your emission map. You would just export them um, like so. Just go export, and then make sure you export the emission map, base color, normal, and roughness. Metallicness doesn't really matter unless you have like a something that is metallic in your model, which in my case I do. Now once you export them, you would end up with something like this, which is your exporting maps. Now I need to point out something, right? Um, just like I told you that this method needs a source of light to reflect, you would need to have as little as details on the glowing parts as possible, right? So I fucked up here and added these indents and all this stone noise, which I will be removing and show you how to remove it in just a second. But just need to explain this. You need the less normal you have, the less details you have, less normals, the more glow you can fake. So if you just have no normal map and just follow on base color with the glow, it will just look the best. But I don't really no, I don't really recommend it because sometimes it will look shit if you just have a lot of bake like I have here, all these bakes. So I would show you how to just remove the part that is glowing, remove the normals and details from it in just a sec. Now I'm inside Photoshop. I'll just open my base color and emissive or emission map. I would open both of them, and I do have a note on that as well. So there's two ways you could edit this inside of Photoshop. So the first one is just change this layer style to lighten on the screen, just whatever the look you prefer. I would just choose screen this time, and some models just work out like this. If you had a really good emission, you could just go with lighten or screen, then just export it. For this one, it doesn't look as good when I only do the layer style. So what I need to do is duplicate it again, go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and add a little bit of, light blur to like give illusion of that glowing. Now you would duplicate that again, Control G, then filter, blur, then Gaussian blur once again. Now you could create some cool effects like on On the video I had this chin glowing up, and the way you could do that, just duplicate this layer right here, Control G, go to filter, filter gallery, glowing edges under stylize, and you have that. And then just I would just brighten this up a little bit. Good, please. Okay, you have this thing. Actually, you just do something the old-fashioned way. It's light blue, select it, fill a layer above this this one, then change this one to color. So now I have this type of thing, which is like kind of glowing edges. Now what I do is I would merge these two layers. I would go to filter again, merge these layers, go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and then that. Do is just add a black mask to that, and only paint on the areas that I want. You would also make this lighten. So that's something that I did. That's how I did it. Manual lighting, like so, like just a little bit, like so. And that's how you have it. That's how I did it. Basically, just put more time into it. And yeah, now there is another thing that I need to talk about, which is if you could have your as big UV island as possible, that would be great. The bigger the UV island and the less the UV islands, the better, the better glow you'll have. So let's say for example you had this glow at, let's say, this kinda bar right here. Now if you did the blur and whole process we just did, it's just gonna override into other other islands, which wouldn't make sense, right? It would just look weird. So try to have something like this, which is just all one big island that you can control and paint on. Now you just export this and we'll hop into Roblox. You check the normal first, because let's say you have this normal, right? This wouldn't be very good inside Roblox that you have all these details. It would look like just plastic. It would look like fucking shitty plastic, like very white plastic. Now what I did, select a flat color, select normal color, just started painting on them like this. That's literally what I did to remove these indents, because those indents and those details are just gonna ruin the glowing look. Just remove them one by one. Let's say you had a problem and you couldn't do one by one, or that shit that I have. Now I have faced the problem on another model, and what you can do, just reduce the overall intensity of the normals like this. Just fill the layer, then go to opacity, reduce that, as you know, try to keep the overall like curve and whatnot. Like there is a very big detail right here, try to keep that, but try to reduce as much normals as possible without losing the full-on, you know, details and look and edges and whatnot. Now we just export that and go to Roblox. So now we're into Roblox. You would just import your color map, metalness, normal, roughness, all like normally. And to achieve this kind of, you know, glowing look, you would just need to play with the plume. Now the plume, for most anime games, like this would work perfectly for most anime games, because you all have the fucking plume cranked up, just like this, right? So you would have this by just playing with the plume. The more you decrease the plume, the more glowing it will look. Now the question asks itself, what? There is no light. Like I say, this was in the fucking dark, like this. Now you could see some light, it's glowing a bit, but it's just not like, it doesn't have this bloom effect. So what you need to do, usually just decrease this, make it 0.2 for example, and as you can see it just glows back again. Like let's say you had no fucking brightness, yeah, zero brightness like this, it was kind of like pitch black, right? So what you need to do at this situation is what I also did, just basically add a light, decrease the light a bit, decrease the brightness a bit, just to make it go bloom, like go glowing. And I would also change the color to the color of the thing, of the glowing part, so it would be kind of actually the light, it would be kind of bluish as well as the glowing part. And that's honestly about it. See, it's fucking pitch black. If you looked at it from far, it's glowing. So yeah, that was about it, guys. If you ran into any issues, had any questions, just hit me up on my Discord. I'd be glad to help. Also, just retweet this, spread the information, spread the knowledge, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.